BoxingVoice.com here with promoter extraordinaire Lou Dibella. Lou, we're here for a fight. We're here for a press conference for a fight that no one ever thought was going to happen. Give us your thoughts on it. Why is it happening now? And pretty much the state of boxing at the moment.
Well, I think it's an exciting time for boxing, and that's probably one of the reasons it's happening now. I mean, there's so much going on in the sport, and we needed our Super Bowl. We needed our World Cup, and that's what it is, and I think this was the right time for everyone involved. You know, HBO wanted the deal, Showtime wanted the deal, Floyd wanted the deal, Manny wanted the deal, and everyone around them worked to make the deal possible. And the fight's happening, and I think it's great for boxing. It's great for fans. And this fight's not 1 second too late. I mean, you know, I don't buy that, you know, because both these guys were aging at the same rate. And, you know, I think it's still a tremendous matchup between two great champions, and it's what the public wants to see. I've never gotten so many phone calls from friends of mine that don't watch boxing. You know, I mean, people that are like casual sports fans, you know, guys that watch baseball, football, basketball, everyone's like jacked up on this fight. You know, people are juiced up to see it. It's getting, you know, massive attention, and we're still a ways away. And I think, you know, we got almost 2 months to go. I think that by the time this goes down, it's going to be the biggest fight in history by far. And I think it's good for boxing. It's good for boxing that the attention of the world is on it, particularly at a time where the networks are getting back into boxing, and there's more boxing being televised that's, you know, coming this year than probably has ever been in recent memory, and particularly back on broadcast TV also. And the numbers on that first show on NBC were really strong. So I think it's an exciting time for boxing.
You alluded to it. A lot of people have said that it's probably coming at a later time, but honestly, it does seem like the perfect time for it to come. Like you said, boxing is on network television now. It's coming back. It's going to do another show on Spike TV. Do you feel that it is too late? Do you feel that it's right on time? It's perfect?
Look, I mean, you can argue, would you like to have seen it earlier or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's happening. It's happening. And the world cares, you know. And it's not just the hardcore boxing fan. And, you know, I'm not diminishing how important the hardcore boxing fan is, but as a sport, we need to attract new fans. We need to attract younger fans. That was one of the things about the NBC, you know, results that came in for the first show, is that young people tuned in. They watched, and the younger demographic watched that NBC show. And that's what we need to attract back into boxing. And we need to attract back fans that watched years ago also. And, you know, the glory days with Hagler, Hearns, Leonard Duran, Ali, the whole world were watching those guys. Now we need the whole world to watch the new talent. We need the whole world to turn its attention to this fight, Mayweather Pacquiao, but also to guys that are rising and emerging, because we want to be the sport of kings again. You know, it's in the best interest of the whole industry for boxing to get bigger, and right now boxing's getting bigger, and I think that it's a really fascinating, interesting time for boxing.
At the end of the day, according to Lou Dibella, who wins this fight?
I mean, I think Floyd wins the fight. I mean, it's hard. I can't pick. I mean, I haven't picked against Floyd in many years. I'm not going to start now. I think that if Floyd engages Manny more, if it becomes more of a fight in the middle of the ring, then it could be more interesting than I would think. Like, you know, if the more Floyd trades with Manny, the more interesting it becomes. But I think Floyd's speed and boxing ability, angles, whatever, I think it's going to be very, very hard for Manny to overcome that. But I think it's a great matchup. And look, it's the matchup. It's the biggest thing we could do in our sport. And it's been a long time since we've done the biggest thing we could do for our sport. So I think that this is going to be a great night, May 2nd, for boxing. And a great night, this whole period leading up to it, and particularly with all the boxing that's going to be on TV all over the place, to bring eyeballs back to our sport. I think that's a great thing.
Switching to events that are coming.